Today is May 5th, 2023, Cinco de Mayo. And I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. So there's a lot of workout videos out there, but not a lot for paraplegics specifically. So I just wanted to give a few tips for people in wheelchairs, give some exercises you can do that are really easy to do. You don't have to have a gym membership, you don't have to have any equipment really besides just some resistance bands. And you can do all these exercises, and I stay in pretty good shape. And I put on a good amount of muscle just from doing this kind of stuff, body weight stuff. There's a couple things I can't do where I'm at right now, but sometimes you just gotta be resourceful. So the first thing I like to do is just use the armrest on my wheelchairs. If you don't have the armrest, you could use your wheels here, and basically just do dips. And you're not putting as much weight on your arms as you normally would if your legs were hanging, and my legs don't weigh very much anyway since there's no muscle on them. Basically every day is arm day for me right now. So you're not getting as much weight, so you'll have to do a lot of reps. I mean, you could just pump these things out for a while, but if you're just starting out, you might not be able to do that many. It doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, just go. You can go till failure. You can do 3 sets of 100 or whatever works for you. And then if you do want to add some intensity, that's where this resistance band comes in. So I just put it over my shoulders like that, keep it kind of snug, and put it on here, and then do my dips that way. And it adds extra resistance. I can probably do about half as many that way as I could if I was doing them without the bands. And this isn't even the strongest band. There's still the black and silver of the TheraBands. I just got this from the physical therapy place where I'm staying, but they're super cheap, easy equipment, and there's other things you can do with them. So if you want to do something that targets your chest a little more, you can wrap it around. I put it under this one and then around this one, or you could go under here too, I guess. And I just push straight out, kind of like a bench press. And you want to try and engage those pectoral muscles as you're doing it. You can do it kind of more wide out there like that. You can come in, do it narrow like that. There's different variations you can do to change it up, and then you just switch over to the other arm and do the same thing on this side. So that's another way to engage the chest. But as a wheelchair user, we do a lot of this forward pushing motion, so we tend to want to roll forward. The front of our shoulders gets pretty developed, but not always the back, and our back muscles don't. So this is something where you can again take the TheraBand. I like to scrunch it up on the end so it's not flapping around as I do this, and it gives it a little more grip. And then I just do this, stick my arms out in front and pull back, and really try and pinch your shoulder blades back here like you're trying to hold a pencil between them. So as you go back, really pinch those shoulder blades back and do this. And that's a good way to develop those back muscles, keep your posture better so you're not rolling forward all the time. I mean, this is a good exercise for anyone really if you're just working at a desk on a computer all day. It's again, opening yourself up, getting stronger back, and keeping everything pulled back more since you're doing so much of that forward motion. And then if you want to make it stronger, again, these are pretty long, so you can either double up like this, you know, definitely a lot harder. Or you can even sometimes triple up. Let's see how long this one is. The one thing about these is that they do break eventually. So sometimes I just work with pieces of them, but this one seems like it's long enough so I can do 3 strands, which is really tough. So that's a good way to increase the intensity of that one. And then you could also do down over the top, like a lat pull down sort of thing. And then the other one, I like to utilize my wheelchair if I can. So there's like a little tubing piece down here, and I'll wrap this under there, and then I'll fold it over the top of my hands like that, and then you can do curls like that. And again, it's not a ton of resistance. You're gonna have to do a lot of reps to get any strength from it, but it is a way you can use these. And then just switch over to the other arm after you're done with that one. And then I see this is a lot of wheelchair users don't like these armrests here, but I tend to like them. I like resting my arms on them. I like having things to hold on to. And then if I'm in a bind and can't reach something, I just pull them out and like try and whip stuff off the top shelf. That's a tongue twister. I'm also out of breath because I was already working out when I decided to make this. And then they snap in, but if you want to do your triceps, then you can wrap it around that bar and come here again, make sure it's tense right here, and then you just pull out, straight out, and engage your triceps. So that's another way to get that in. These ones are kind of goofy, but I like strengthening my neck muscles. So you can kind of wrap it around up top and then just pull straight back. Try and engage your neck muscles. Don't go too fast because you don't want to hurt your neck. And then you can also do it to the side. And again, this isn't much resistance. I'd use one of the stronger bands if I was gonna do it myself, and probably do a lot more reps. But starting out, you don't want to hurt your neck, so just take it slowly. If there's any pain at all, just back off and let it rest for a little while. Don't do it till it's painful. And there's a lot of other things you can do if you have other equipment. You can do push-ups still. I do them on my knees, but it kind of has been hurting my back, so I stopped doing the push-ups. But pull-up bars, that's really good. I do lots of pull-ups. One way I can reach the pull-up bar, if I'm at a gym or something, I'll find a Smith machine and I lower the bar to where it's just at the end of my arm's reach, because normal pull-up bars are way too tall and I can't jump up to grab it. So using the Smith machine and pulling it down and then locking it, I can do some pull-ups that way. And yeah, there's lots of ways you can get resourceful. This is by no means an exhaustive list of what you can do. I mean, just now I was thinking how if I put this down here, I could do like shoulder raises or something like that, I gotta wrap it up better. So lots of different ways you can get creative with it, but it's good to keep your body in shape, especially as a wheelchair user, because we're so reliant on our upper body. Like if I injure my hand, that means I can't go anywhere because I can't, push my wheelchair. So that would be a big problem. And a lot of these joints and stuff get worn out. And so just taking care of your upper body, take care of your lower body too, stretch out your legs, I'll admit that I'm not as good at that as I am just working out my upper body, but those are different things you can do to stay in shape as a paraplegic. And even if you're not a paraplegic, you could sit in a chair and do this stuff, do it standing up. You know, there's different ways to be resourceful, but these TheraBands are awesome. They provide a good amount of resistance and just make it easy to do a workout for super cheap. So that's all I've got for now.
Peace.